showing you what we can do. And we're gonna make it to the top. We're gonna give it all we got. It's our time to shine. It's sip and speak the tea with D&D.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome to
Wow, people.
Welcome to Sip and Speak the Tea with D&D. I'm Denise.
And I'm Danette.
Coming to you from Milwaukee. And
Okay.
our special guest, Homie C.C.
Big Homie C.C. Yay.
Hello. Thanks for having me.
Yes.
Protect women and children. Hashtag.
Right. Man, thank you for joining in with
Yes.
us today.
Yes, I love what you stand for. I've been following you from the beginning.
Thank you so much.
Yes, she has. As a matter of fact, she the one that hooked me on. And I'm like, oh, okay, let me check this out. Oh.
I said, I just feel that women and children, we're being disrespected and not protected. And you just a hero to me.
Thank you so much. That means a lot to me, for sure.
Yes. Maybe I need to hire you. I needed a lot of protection back in the day. Where were you?
I was all the way. I always wanted.
Man, okay, let's get into it.
Okay. You grew up on the south side of Chicago. You mentioned. What made you have to have a bodyguard as a kid?
Right. So my father was involved in illicit activities, which put his life and his family's life in danger. He had to hire bodyguards to keep us safe, especially me being his junior. So
Okay.
I had two guys with me, Guito and Sterling. They are with me 24/7. So once I saw that, I kind of became enamored by that because they taught me there's no such thing as tough. There's either trained or untrained. So I wanted to be trained.
Okay.
Thank you.
And I understand that, like, most of the men, like, in your family, y'all all are on the larger side, right? Like, with the height and all.
Definitely. Men is all giants. The ladies are all small.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
I'm like
Wow.
5'3".
You said you what?
My
What'd you
mom
say?
5'3".
5'3".
Really?
Short. Right.
And how tall are you?
I'm 6'6".
Wow.
Okay, and you must have got it from your dad then, right?
Yeah.
Your da-
Yeah. My dad like 6'4".
Dang, okay.
And you said stepping into these platforms, you had to out some of these celebrities to get
Yeah.
known, and you did.
Yeah.
One mainly Busta Rhymes, but you don't have to get into that. But can you name a few more?
Yeah. To get my initial message out, a few people had to get thrown under the bus. It is what it is.
Yeah.
uh, you know, Working in the industry, I used to always be perplexed at how these guys treated women. I didn't understand it, but as I spent more time around it, I gathered a group of knowledge that let me know what was going on. You feel me? So like the guy Busta Rhymes, the guy Diddy, uh, if you ask me, the guy Dwight Howard, I think they all zest. You feel?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Correct.
yeah. 'Cause I
I'm
just,
so glad. Ooh. Okay. Go ahead.
no,
Finish.
I'm listening.
No, I was just gonna say I'm glad you did that. But go ahead.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
wonder how they felt though. Did you get a lot of backlash for like speaking
No,
out on them? Nah.
You
they know
did the correct thing though.
they know what's going on, man. Like these guys know me. They know what I stand for. They know what me and my team do. But they don't want no problems with me, man. Like they already had problems with me before, and it didn't work out well for them. So.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
okay. All
Hell,
right. So we know that being a bodyguard and stuff. So with the celebrities, for the celebrities. But we know that you have faced a lot of challenging situations, and we also understand that you've been poisoned 3 times. Can you give us some stories or some details on that?
Right. So, I test positive for cyanide on 3 occasions. I kind of got an idea who was responsible for it, but I can only say so much. But I ended up having pneumonia 3 times, and cyanide metabolizes into pneumonia in your body. So, I remember just getting real, real sick, hard to breathe. I suffered like damage to my left lung severely because of that. Uh,
Wow.
when you combating certain groups and making things hard for them, you know, they might try to poison you. So
Wow.
Wow.
you
So
gotta
you've been
be.
really blessed.
Oh yeah, I'm
So,
definitely blessed. God gave me 9 lives. I'm down to like 1.5. So I'm chilling right now. But they came swabbed my car doors. They swabbed the entrance to my house and stuff like that. And yeah, man, they found cyanide on there. So
Wow.
are you still afraid, like, things like that still occurring or may happen to you?
I'm always concerned. I'm not afraid of anything, but there are certain precautions you can take to prevent certain things.
Exactly.
I take
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
precautions. One thing is that I move very, very mysteriously.
God got you.
Yeah,
I know I'll be praying. He got you. God got you.
for sure, for sure, for sure.
Man,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Um, is there okay? Do you know any wealthy celebrities that didn't have to go or that reached a certain level? Cause I heard you speak on the Sean Atwood show. Speaking of when you reach a certain level, and you had this client where a guy sat down and said, "You have made it this far because of me. I mean us, and do you want to continue? Do you know any celebrities have reached that level without going through those doors?
Without having to
We're having to go through all
compromise.
the satanic or all these things. Have anybody reached that level of wealth without having to go through them doors? Do you know any?
Yeah, so like, my clients that I had that were professional athletes, they're able to reach a certain amount of wealth and fame without necessarily going down those corridors because, coming out of high school, college as a college basketball player, you can get drafted and become a millionaire at 18, 19 years old. Um, but like in the entertainment space, there's a lot of gatekeeping. You
Yeah.
know, people,
Yeah.
this person got to take you to this person. You got to sign to this person and then sign a deal with this person. It's a lot different in the athlete space. In the entertainment space, though, that's where it's just like the most dark activity I've probably ever encountered. I will say that.
Wow.
But I definitely, shout out to Iman Shumpert, what I'm saying? Shout out to Tayana Taylor, I
Shout
know,
out to Tiana Taylor.
yeah, I know some solid people in the industry and stuff like that, but not a lot. Very few,
Okay.
very.
Wow. I'm just kind of curious.
His sound going low.
Yeah, the sound. It's just- Oh,
Okay.
the sounding is
It's
good.
just here.
Okay.
Okay, you curious what?
Okay. I'm just curious because I just never heard anyone speak of, and maybe I probably shouldn't be asking this, but LL Cool J. I just
Cool
never
J.
heard his name mentioned, but I do know that he still seemed to be making a name for himself, like, and still involved in, these shows and stuff, his
Because
career.
LL don't mingle a lot. He does his thing and then he's gone. Like he not really. I never heard nothing crazy about him either. That's one of the few rappers
Right.
I do salute. But you know, LL, he's a masculine dude. Like a lot of those other guys, they kind of, if you
Okay.
Oh,
get,
Okay.
they
Okay.
LL,
oh, okay. All right. I kind of thought that about LL, with the masculinity. But okay, cool.
he didn't have 50 guys behind the scenes and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
him and Jamie Foxx had a fight on the set of that movie, Any Given Sunday.
Really?
Oh,
I didn't know that. I didn't hear about
You know,
that.
I'm kind of glad for social media because we didn't know none of this stuff was going on in the background.
it's a lot of little things that be going on that people don't know about.
Exactly.
Huh? What did they fight about? Do you know?
Uh,
Or can you say?
they was having a disagreement about how somebody's etiquette was with a certain lady that was working on set.
Hmm. Wow.
Okay. LL was taking up for the woman,
Wow.
wasn't he?
Yeah.
LL was taking up for the woman. I could see that in him.
Uh-huh. Wow. You know, I've been so disappointed. Some of the ones I used to scream and holler when I was younger, and I'm like, oh my goodness.
All
I
right,
was just so disappointed
man,
when I
man,
found out what was going on in the background. Wow.
Yeah, I don't think I
yeah.
would want to be an entertainer unless you're independent entertainer.
Oh,
But okay, let's move on. Okay, so I want to know, like, okay, going through your journey, you went from protecting celebrity men, then into women, then into protecting women and children. So can you just tell us about the transitions going
no,
through
he did
each?
the athletes first, right? You
Yeah,
protect.
with the well,
You
yeah,
went
the
from athletes,
athletes.
then the celebrity, then with celebrity athletes, then celebrities, then women and children, right?
Well, explain that to us.
Yes.
Your
Right.
transition.
So in my neighborhood, in my community, like this was already something that I was doing. When it came to the professional level, word of mouth spread. One basketball wife hire you, and then she say, "Girl, you can trust him." Then,
Correct.
Mm.
then her friend hire you, and then now you gotta hire people because everybody needs somebody with them. And then it was several situations that took place in my neighborhood where uh, I hold a certain position in the streets and stuff like that. So I became the person ladies do. Like, look, we got a problem. We got to go talk to Big Homie about it.
Correct.
And on several occasions, I'll give you this. There was a lady who her daughter was 6 years old. She was violated by a group of guys. Right.
Mm.
She comes to my spot and she got these purple sweatpants. I'll never forget this. She tossed the purple sweatpants at me. I see the sweatpants and you could tell that a tragedy took place.
Oh my
Mm.
goodness.
And she was very, very serious about them being reprimanded and there being repercussions for this activity.
Mm.
I don't blame her.
She paid us some money and
Right.
we began
Okay.
to demonstrate. We began to demonstrate. And
Right. Right.
Okay.
once people hear about that type of stuff, the little church lady will call you. The lady working at the Walgreens will call you. And I was like, well, we need to try to turn this into actual business instead of just some that
Exactly.
we doing on the side. And it just snowballed. It became something. It worked out for us. It worked out.
Yeah, that's how things got around back in the day. Word of mouth used to be, whoa, mother.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and you got to think about it. Like we start taking it a lot more serious when we start seeing. We like, man, this lady, she done emptied out her whole bank account. She bring her life savings. So it's like, hold on. So we started like giving ladies their money back. Like, hold on, hold on, hold on. Like, slow down. You feel me? But once we see that, damn, like, they unaccounted for. You feel me? It's crazy work because it's been several situations where we would go out into the field and retrieve people from being human trafficked and stuff like that. And something that always resonated with me was one day we brought a lady home, and her grandmother said to her, she was like, "Oh, I was married at 13. Why should I feel bad for her?" And I'm thinking to myself, like, damn, that's crazy, but that's the thing. It used to be legal to beat your wife. Women couldn't vote until the 60s. In certain countries, ladies can't go to college, they can't drive, they can't be educated. And I just feel like it's
Right.
egregious. I don't respect it. And these are the only beings on the earth who can carry life. I just feel like it's certain things is wrong. And I'm going to stand up and do something about it. I'm just not going to sit around.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, we definitely want to congratulate you and your team,
Yes. Yes.
for the awesome job that you're
Yes.
doing for the protection of women and children and your retrieval.
And can I
Go
add
ahead.
this? We have to put this in here. Everything we say is alleged, and for entertainment and educational purposes only. And can you please like, share, and subscribe?
Absolutely.
You could join in the convo, people. This homie CC. If you have a question you want to ask, the phone number is gonna be scrolling down
Across the
just cross
screen.
the screen. It's 414-215-0729. Okay, back to you have a question.
No, well, we was just in the middle of congratulating you and
Yeah.
your team, and knowing your right hand man,
Dugar. Dugar.
Dugar. Can't go throughout without
Ah,
bringing him up, like, because we
exactly.
know,
I
like
saw
I,
how he bagged down when he was on when they was FaceTiming.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
are you related? He related to you, right? Are
Yeah.
y'all cut? Yeah.
My brother.
Wow.
I was, I was like, cause she was telling me about that, and I was
Like
like,
they scared of Dugar. I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
oh.
A lot of people scared of bro. You
oh,
got.
they fear you too, some, huh?
They fear
I can
you
tell.
too. They fear you too. Well,
Oh,
boy, but loose cannon, he backed down. He was talking all that sweetie, but he backed down.
yeah, like when they saw me, this is my thing. Like these guys, look, they not trying to die, man. You feel me? Like
Right, right.
trying to take it there. They not trying to take it there, and on
I
the end,
saw that.
they not trying to take it there, man. Because it can get crazy fast, and
It took y'all to show. I mean, cause I was like really. I'm like, wow, this goons. But then it took y'all to show who the real them were. They
but
were. They was trying to make y'all. I mean, bring y'all down and try to out y'all. Thought they was outing y'all, but y'all showed who was the goons. Y'all really-
Who was the goo?
real.
Kool-Aid gang.
But um,
Woo.
and he also helped saved you several times, right? Like being there for
Oh
you to.
yeah, yeah. I've been in a lot of little shootouts and stuff like that, and
Mm.
do gotta do his thing.
Oh yeah. Oh
Do
yeah.
his thing.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
yeah. Well, congratulations to y'all once
Congratulations.
again.
What is trying?
And I want to know, and also congratulations on your new podcast
Yes.
that'll be
Off the
starting off
grid.
the grid. All
Yes.
right,
Yes. Yes.
that's
Yes.
what's up. And when would that be starting? When would
Well,
I'll,
it's really starting now, ain't
it
it?
had already started?
yep, I already started. Yeah,
Yeah. I watch it.
yeah. Actually, I'll be filming again after I get done here at the house and going down to the studio to film again. So,
Okay,
Are you gonna
we'll
you
be
film
watching.
with Maverick, right?
yep, yep, yep. Me,
Okay.
yes, yes.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Right.
Beverly Rose. Listen, when you was on Sean Atwood, and I don't know if you were sick or you were going under, and you said that you saw Beverly in self-consciously in your mind, and she slapped. I mean, she snapped and told you to wake up. What was going on? And that moved me.
Yeah, so basically, yeah, this was a harrowing experience for me. So basically, I was sick for probably 19 days. Like, I'm talking about sick. I never was that sick before. And then, she came and told me, like, look, you under spiritual attack and stuff like that. And yeah, like I had blacked out, had a seizure, blacked out, and I was just like unconscious. But like, I remember like being like in a black room, but I heard her like talking to me. Real crazy experience. You know, I wasn't really aware of all of these type of aspects of the world until recently, but there are certain things that are very, very real.
And you actually heard. I had to bring that up. I really wanted to talk to you about that because when my son passed, I heard him. He said, "Help me, mom, I'm dying," 3 times. I
Wow.
heard him. And then the phone ring and Flight for Life had him. I just knew. I mean, I know it was real. I'm just intrigued about. I mean, with Beverly Rhodes, and another thing when I had encountered a serious strangler, and when I was down the basement, I felt the demons swarming around me. It brought the hairs on my body up. I mean,
Yeah,
just brought the hairs on my body up, and I wanted to run, but he wouldn't let me go. I just knew this was real. It
right.
was real.
Wow.
Hey,
So Beverly Rose, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
all right. Go ahead.
But Beverly Rose, she'll be appearing on Off the Grid.
Yeah,
When will
so
she have a
she's gonna have her own show. Her
show?
own show is called the Psychic Circle.
Psychic
Psychic Circle.
Circle.
I thought it
That's
was
it.
a remote. I mean, psychic remote, but it's Psycho Circle.
Yeah, Psychic Circle. Yeah, she's gonna be doing her show on our channel, Off the Grid Network, and
Okay.
she's gonna be
That's
joining us on
interesting.
the Grid podcast from time to time. So yeah, you definitely gonna get to. Everybody gonna get to experience the Beverly for sure. She's a
Oh, okay. Well, what
brilliant,
do you?
brilliant lady for sure. Like,
I'm gonna
Wow.
have to get in tune with her because I need to know some things.
and
Yeah.
she can teach it to you. I tell you that much. She done showed me a lot of stuff. Eye open.
Wow.
Pray it changed your view of the world for sure.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. So, what do you think about like with the Jaguar? Right? She seemed to not well to kind of look at Beverly Rose allegedly look at her in a way of witchcraft.
Yeah, I'm
Would you?
not familiar with that. I didn't know anything about that. Um,
Uh,
Yeah, she said on her show she got mad at Sean Atwood, Ron, and then she said something about Beverly Rose.
yeah, she did.
And I'm
really?
But
like, I wonder how you feel
yeah.
about that, cause I know you and her talk. Y'all done did a podcast together on Real Life Street Stars. So I'm like, I wonder how he felt about that. So you haven't seen that?
No, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it. I be so busy out in the field, making all these appearances, traveling. I don't really get to watch much anymore these days. Like
Okay.
the, this schedule I live is insane sometimes. I didn't see that. I'm not. I don't know. Shout out to Jaguar Wright though. That's big sis for sure.
Yeah,
Oh,
shout
okay.
shout out to Jag, cause I believe in most of the stuff she say.
What's
Do
she
you?
mad at them for?
I don't know. That's why we was asking
You
you. She just went.
right.
She just went there.
Yeah. Like she don't have the trust or anything more like with Sean Atwood and Ryan and I don't know her.
Right.
It's just a different relationship now. So I was wondering how was your relationship? Like what is your relationship now? Even with Sean Atwood, has anything changed there?
Oh no, so
Yeah.
that's the homie. Yeah, that's the homie. Shout out to Ron. Me and
Shout out
me.
to Ron and Sean.
Yeah,
I
Okay.
mean, Sean Atwood and Ron.
yeah. That's
Okay.
that's my homie.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Right.
So
Okay.
you good on both ends with Jaguar Wright and with Sean and Rod.
yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
Okay.
I,
Yeah, that's the way. That's the way to be. Yeah. So I don't know. That's kind of odd. So
Do you believe in those demonic spirits?
yeah, that's real.
I know it. I tell her I know what I saw when I felt. I know it.
So look,
What about that Tesla? You believe in those? What was that? When you take the Tesla to the graveyard,
oh
and
yeah, the metric camera.
yeah, what you call that?
They got a
Metric camera? Huh?
bio camera
Oh
on.
yeah, biometric
biometric
cameras.
camera.
Now look, when it comes to the spiritual world and things like that, it's real. Dugar and I, we went on 3 exorcisms before.
Yeah, I heard that with the priest, right? Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, I can tell you a little bit for sure. Like one of the people that was going through the exorcism, it was no way that that little person could know the things that it knew about us. That's impossible.
Mm-hmm.
Then it was no way, like she grabbed like my hoodie right here and pulled me close, and I couldn't get her arm off of me. Like that's impossible. She was too little for that.
Mm-mm. Oh my goodness.
That's real. Like all of that type of stuff. And like the thing is, like we decided to stop doing stuff like that because me and Duga was having this dream, the same dream, and we was in the dream we were murdering our grandmother,
What?
and we was having that same dream. It was like, yo, what's this about? So we had to go through a little cleansing process to get that to stop, and it stopped. So
Okay.
I try to stay clear of all of that type of stuff because it's just too much. It's just a lot. It's just a lot. And it's
Right.
hard to explain to people. Like it's hard to explain to people. They might think you crazy, but
Or don't believe you.
or don't believe me. And it's like, man, we not crazy. We know what's going on. It's, things do go bump in the night. There are dark forces and dark creatures, people, whatever you want to call them. They definitely operate on this same earth as we operate. So that's a fact.
Wow.
That is a fact.
What just what made you get into the exorcisms and stuff anyway? What made you go? Were you just curious or
We got asked to go, but we got asked to
oh,
go. Like, oh, we didn't know
Wow.
the length of it. You know, what ended up happening was, uh, I'm just gonna say it. Some of my younger guys was asking me like, do I think we would go to heaven? And I said, yeah, I think so. I feel like we've done enough to repair some of the damage that was done, and I feel like we accepted our religious beliefs, and I wanted to go to a confessional, and we at the Catholic Church, because the Catholic prayer is, Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners now unto the hour of our death. Amen. So, I just said my prayer and was chilling. The priest came out. He started talking to us. He's like, young man, I want to offer you guys opportunity. And we took it. We went with him, and never again. I tell you that much. Never again. I'm not doing it no more. That was a wild experience. That was a wild experience. You see, I seen things that I didn't think was possible, and I know it was possible because I saw it. So I know what happened. So, and it wasn't just me who seen it. So that's the spiritual world is real.
I
It's
believe it too.
crazy
I
to think.
truly believe.
I'm too scared for that.
Okay. Can you touch a little bit on your assimilation theory?
Right. Okay. So here's the thing, right? Professor Jim Gates, in his studies of supersymmetry and quantum physics, he found error correcting codes in the equations of supersymmetry. Now, why would there be error correcting codes in the fabric of our universe? Error correcting codes are only found in computer language, a series of ones and zeros.
What?
Why would that exist if we are not in some type of hyper realistic simulation? And the
Wow.
other thing I think about with that is, it's awfully strange to me that we got all of these brilliant people and we can't solve simple things as human beings. Uh, and this is the only place that we have to live, and we can't work collectively together to stop destroying this planet. I just think that's
Correct.
strange, and you know, there's a 1 in a billion chance that we're living in base reality. And then, science has proven that other dimensions indeed do exist. So when you take all of these things into consideration, you know, our solar system looks very created. The moon is in the exact right place. And then, there are stories, Buddhist monks got stories from 12,000 years ago where there was no moon in the sky. Where did that come from?
Yeah, I
The,
heard they pulled it. They
uh,
they pulled it there.
you heard about that, huh?
What they?
Right.
That's the thing. It's just it's almost as if somebody doesn't want us to know that we live in some type of controlled world that they created, and they doing a lot to hide it. So,
Oh wow.
like I always say, where there's smoke, there's fire, and I've turned kind of into a coincidence specialist now because it goes past the point of conspiracy theory when you can start lining up a series of facts to go along with it.
Right. Oh my gosh. So you do a lot of studying on this?
Oh yeah, yeah, I got
Wow.
1,000 hours in for
I
sure.
could tell. I could tell.
Well,
Him and Maverick, they
yeah, I
own
know
it.
with
They
Maverick,
own
I
it.
I
I'm like,
saw that. I
oh
was
my
like, what?
goodness.
I couldn't even follow y'all. Y'all was going so deep. I'm like, oh my goodness.
Uh,
Like, wow. But it's really intriguing
It's
though.
it
It's
is it is, and I'm following it. It is. I want to know. Um, can you elaborate a little bit? You and that Diddy lawsuit, you Jaguar, what is that? Drewski,
Odell,
and
Odell,
what is
Odell,
Odell Beckham?
Odell.
Yeah.
yeah,
Is y'all all in there together, or y'all just in there in separate parts?
we in there in separate parts.
Oh, okay.
That's the thing. They don't got their facts right. I never worked for the guy Diddy, man. In the paperwork it say I'm pulling guns on him, and I've been known to do certain stuff like that. You feel me? I done pulled guns on guys doing weird stuff. You know what I'm saying? You feel me?
Yeah, yeah. In your line of duty, yeah.
Yeah, but I was not over there with them. I don't know why she would say that. I don't know why she would put me over there. And that's my thing. I don't know who's behind it, but somebody is doing something to try to make me. I don't know. I just know I've been making a lot of people upset who deserve to get made upset.
Correct.
You know, it say I protected the plaintiff and I quit Sean Combs about him finally having sex with a woman. So I'm in there teasing him because he normally has sex with dudes. I'm not even finna hang out with no guy like that. You feel me? It's not no money you can pay me for me to kick it with him. I don't like the guy. I don't like anything he stand for. I would never ever partake in any type of activity harming a lady, no type of any type of clown activity like that. They don't got their facts right. I never seen Odell Beckham or Drewski anywhere near me in person. Have I
Okay.
have I shot people and shit? Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, I ain't. I was not there for that. That ain't got nothing to do with me. They out of control.
Right, right.
That's out of
Okay.
control. Boy,
Okay.
So you gonna have to go to that. Do you have to go to court May 5th?
yep.
That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
y'all have to appear because
yeah.
y'all, yeah, you will have to.
Congratulations on the Pierce Morgan. You going to Pierce Morgan show? I
Yes,
mean podcast.
yes, I'm going on Pierce. Yeah, I'm actually going to London to do that.
All right. You
Oh,
know that's like a form of crossing over. They call it.
Yeah, I've been hearing that. I've been hearing that.
yeah, you
Yeah.
made it there. You done made it big
Yeah.
time.
Congratulations.
That's
Yeah.
the
Yes.
top of the top.
Yes. Yes.
Thank, thank.
Yeah. I'm so proud of you. I've been following you. I'm just all your accomplishments. I'm into it.
Yeah. And
Thank you.
actually, I'm going to be very honest with you. I didn't know you were so intellectual the way that you are. I mean, I know that you are, but you just beyond. I mean, I was just like amazed with when you speaking on all these theories and stuff and how you are with the planet and stuff. I was like, wow.
Thank you so
I
much.
told him that. I said, check this guy, homie CC out.
Yeah.
I mean, as soon as you hit a platform, I was on it. I said, check him out. We've been tuned in ever since.
Like
I
you
really that means the most to me coming from y'all. It's always nice to sit down with some queens and talk about the daily topics of the world. I really appreciate y'all. I'm honored to be here, and I really like y'all show. I like how y'all got it set up. Definitely
Thank
gave.
well,
you.
thank you for
Thank you.
that.
Thank you.
Yeah, so you make sure you spread the word so you get us some subscribers and
Yeah.
stuff. And hey, put
So,
us up there.
I'm gonna put this on my community post. I'm gonna post the interview on my community post so everybody can come check it out.
Oh, okay. Thank you so
We
much.
appreciate
Thank you. We
that.
appreciate
Yes,
that.
we do. I have a question though. On your opinion of the AI, the cloning. So, in a, how did I have that? About the technology, basically, do you feel like it's gonna destroy humanity?
I do feel like eventually down the road, AI may replace humanity.
You think so?
Yeah, because here's the thing. AI is forcing people to have to reskill themselves. And if you're using technology to replace the autonomous jobs that a lot of humans make possible, what do you do with those people? Like, how do those people earn a living if you're replacing all of them with these robots who don't get tired, they can work all day, they don't have emotions and feelings, etc., etc. If you make the human worker expendable, that could lead to crisis. And it's a scientific fact that the human birth rate has been on decline for the last 10, 15 years. Now, let's say there's another epidemic. If there's a disease or a virus that wipes off several million people, robots and AI is not going to be affected by that. So then, if these robots and AI can become sentient and they can think and have their own feelings, that's a new species within itself. They're gonna start to replicate themselves and build more of each other. You're gonna start seeing them having families and things like that. That could lead to a replace.
Exactly. Oh, you're right. Rebuilding yourself. Because I thought our jobs, well, most of the jobs will be us making their parts and stuff, but they can make their own parts, just like you said.
That
That's
is
Then that
so.
where that leads us. You ever seen that movie Asylum,
I seen that. I seen
where
that.
the poor people's on the bottom and they was up there?
Yep, I saw that.
The
That's a
colony. Yeah.
real good movie.
Yeah.
Things to think about. Things to think about.
Yeah.
That's how we're gonna
Wow.
end up.
Oh my goodness.
That's what's gonna happen. Oh, that's scary to think about that.
Yeah, it
That
is. It
that's just
is.
a scary feeling to me. So I don't want to think about it. Cause I said the robots will become human and we'll become the robots. Like
Right.
Exactly.
we'll be working for them or something. Like it'll
But
be, I don't know.
but the way he
It's
put it, they won't even need us because they're gonna start making their own parts and
right.
replicating themselves. I didn't really, think about that. I'm thinking they'll use us because what were you gonna do? Like he said. Remember we had the discussion. I said they probably have us making parts in factories and stuff, but they can do that themselves.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh,
So I wanted to ask you too. Okay, so we know about danger and loyalty, right?
Yeah.
So what's one time that you were betrayed by someone that you trusted? Has there been a time that you were betrayed by someone you trusted?
No.
Oh, so everybody is complete loyal. I
that he
mean,
had
your circle with
Absolutely.
you.
Absolutely.
That's good.
Oh yeah,
You
I've been
made
that's
good
wonderful.
choices. Good
blessed.
choices.
Blessed. I've been blessed. So
Yes.
yeah, no, I never went through nothing like that.
Okay. I got one more question. Yeah, I just feel it was like a shift. Back in the day, if your guy got in trouble, the bad guys wouldn't come after the kids and the wife or the girlfriend. Now they take them all. It's just sad. Had it always, I never heard of it being so much, or was I under a rock? It seemed like it shifted that, kids ain't off limits and woman, the family's not off limits no more.
Women and children used to be off limits.
Exactly. That's what I thought.
They did used to be off limits, and now it's not like that. And one reason that's like it's like that because people not reprimanding guys no more. So that's something we had to start doing. And it's working. It's working. That's all I can say is that it's working. I gotta be careful what I say on here.
Okay,
Right,
I
right, right,
understand.
right.
I could understand.
Yeah. Well, we need people like you in every state.
Definitely, definitely, definitely. That's why he's just my hero.
You
I'm
know,
just so glad.
if I could clone, I say I would have to clone you for me.
No cloning.
No cloning, but if I could, no better person than you for me. That's
Absolutely.
what I would say.
Thank
Do
you.
you have any questions for us?
I got no questions, Quinn. So
Okay.
thank y'all for having me.
Man, we really, really, really appreciate
Thank
that
you.
you take the time out of your schedule to come in and join in with us today.
Thank you so much.
So hopefully this is just a beginning
Absolutely, absolutely. We gotta do it again
to
sometime.
future endeavors. Right, right.
Absolutely. I'm gonna stay in contact with y'all.
Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Yeah,
We
we'll be in
appreciate that.
contact. Okay.
All right, people.
Thank you. And here it is, y'all, with Big Homie
Homie
C.C.
C.C.
Y'all heard it from the man himself.
Yes, yes, yes.
All right, y'all
All
take care
right.
for having me.
Okay.
Thank
Um,
you.
Deliano, you got any words? Okay. Close
Okay.
out.
Well, God bless you on all your endeavors
Exactly.
and keep moving forward.
And
Absolutely.
that's all for our segment, people.
Yes. Yes. Everyone, please be a blessing so that you too shall be blessed.